What's going on, everybody? My name is Jay Statik, and this is the Statik Sessions. Today, we're going to be going through a Karan Aujla song called Chitta Kurta by Deep Jandu. So, a few months old, or maybe even a year-old song, but we're going to go through it just because I know people like hearing Karan Aujla songs broken down. Jumping right into it, we're going to start off with going through the different layers. I think in this song, Deep used about 45 to 50 layers, roughly. And let's go through the top. So, he's got bass drop at the beginning. Easy enough, simple enough. Then he's got this bass line which he used. He's got a little Vogue being used on, I put a little Vogue on top of it just to give it that extra thump of bass. And then I automated the low end so that it EQs out the low end when this next bass comes in, which is this one. That's also got a little Vogue on it to push out that low end. So without it, it sounds like this. So now the main thing is I automated the other bass so that once this one comes in, it doesn't interfere with it. Doesn't interfere with it too much. It still interferes with it. Again, put that discretion out there that this was a little bit of an older mix. I think within the last, I would say, little bit, I'm really liking my mixes now. So after that, we got a kick. On there, got a limiter and got a DBX 160. Nice, tight, hard-hitting kick. Without it, sounds a little bit softer. So, I mean, you can always bring out the attack and kicks. That's not hard to do as long as you have the right compressor. Same with the snares. If you hear it without it, without the DBX 160. Now with... got a lot more attack, sounds a lot nicer. Now in this song, as you can tell, Deep used a lot of top end hi-hats, shakers, whatnot. So let's go through those just so you guys can take a listen to them. Bomb. And all those together make a nice little hi-hat groove pattern that sounds like this. Now what we did on this was use the DBX 160 from Waves and use the overhead preset just to bring out some of that liveness that's in there. So without it, it sounds like this. With it, and as you can tell on the C4, I didn't really do much. I just maybe adjusted these two and let it attack that high end just because it wouldn't be super ear piercing or sharp. So I think that sounds a lot nicer. It sounds like it's in your face, pumping, breathing a little bit, but it sounds cool. And then we got the fills before the chorus comes in, which I think made the song. I think that was like the key part of the song that everyone remembers. Also got some scratches, and you got your infamous dolki. So that was pitched up, but it still got that thump to it. Sounds nice. Main instrument, which is this. Underneath that, we got these pads. After that, got some piano chords. And then we got another chord. So that's the main base of the song in terms of melody. So if you hear it all together, it sounds like this. Sounds really nice. At the beginning, he had he played his own little piece. So that sounded really nice. He's got two trumpet patterns. Or I don't know if they're trumpets, but they're brass of some sort. Together, it sounds like this. Threw some CLA guitars on it just to give it some brightness and some energy. Pretty much it for that. And then in the chorus, on top of the melody piece that he already has, he added these, which are just additive pieces, so that when the chorus comes in, it sounds like more gets added to it. So that consists of a simple pluck pattern. And easy. Now all these together during the chorus gives the chorus a little bit more energy. Easy enough, good to go. Now he's got some risers and stuff like that in there. So if you look at, we'll start with the main riser at the front. Got that. Got another little riser over here. He's got another one over here. And that's it for the music piece and all that kind of stuff. Now when it comes down to vocals. Now vocally, while I'm deactivating these, I'll explain. I was given, I believe the first person on it is Gerlaise, and I was given Gerlaise's vocals. With her vocals, they gave me a main vocal and left and right for these two lines. But for the main lines, I got the main line, like one take that's in the center. For the first part, I didn't get it, so I only had the left and rights for those. For whatever reason, I don't think they recorded them. When it came to mixing, it was a little tricky, but we made it work. So later on in the song, when I'm going back and forth between her part and Karan's part, where they're singing back and forth, I had to adjust the levels a little bit. Now, going through it, simple enough. Added a API 2500. That's to control some of the early transients. Got rid of the low end, added some sharpness to it. So I'll show you guys a little bit raw, and then I'll just keep adding to it. Then we got the compressor. Then roll off some of the low end. Tightens it up a little bit. Got rid of any of these annoying little points, 1965 and 3157. So with that gone, it sounds a little bit tighter. It sounds softer, which is nice. And then you got the LA2A. Not doing much, just kind of sitting there. Even these suppressors, they're there. I feel like I know they're working, but they honestly might not be. At least visually, they don't say they're working, but from my ears, I feel like I can hear them. They have like a little bit more flatness to them. And now, since they've been compressed and flattened down a little bit more, now we bring in JJP and we bring that liveness back out. Reduce some of the 3K range right over here just to stop that harshness from coming through. And while I played that, I turned on the C4 just because I wanted to hear what happened. And I'm still kind of trying to control that high mid-range. I wouldn't say the high end, but the mid-high range, because that's where the tricky area is in the song. Now I got the Renaissance axe. That's to slap everything right to the front. It just sounds nice. RVox to round everything back out. Sounds nice. Now, there's still a lot of sharpness in there. 2K range, I dipped that out a little bit. And then added that C4 just to control everything once again. Now, I did mix this a little while ago, so I'm not going to lie. I think I could do a way better job at it right now. But hearing it, obviously, it still did really well. So something, either sonically, the music was just great. Mixing was good. I think everyone was kind of happy with it. So that's it on Gerlaise's part. Now for Karan's part, same thing. We'll go through all the settings because I know people want to hear the raw Karan recording, hear what the effects sound like, and then we go from there. So now you can hear what Karan's vocal sounds like raw. Easy enough. I reduced the level a little bit just because when I mix, I never mix the song exactly at 0. I always bring stuff down, so I make my own headroom. It's not like true headroom, but it's enough headroom where I have something to work with. I'm not distorting the master level. So right off the bat, add in some API 2500, just so you guys know. We have doubles left and rights on the rhyming words and fully on the chorus. Right away, cuts out those transient, hard initial words with the compressor. It sounds really good. Cut off some of that low end, increase some of the highs. Slowly bring some life back into it. Then we got the Q2 at 1500 and 2350. Reduced out the 2 points right there just to get rid of some of that sharpness. Kind of levels it out a bit more, makes it sound softer once again. Now I brought in some gain and some EQing. Sorry, some compression. Now after that, add in some Oxford suppressors. This is straight to flatten out the vocal. Yeah, you can see those working. After that, some JJP, liven that stuff back up. There's a lot of harshness there, so got rid of some of the stuff at the 3K range. After that, added some Renaissance axe. Literally slam it right to the front. Now some C4 just to control all the top high mid range. I really wish I added a de-esser in this. Is one thing I do wish I added. RVox. And then lastly, some UAD where we're dipping out some of that 2K range. Truth be told, I do wish I had another shot to mix this again, but we don't. We're sitting at where we're sitting. But overall, the song still bumps, but when I'm listening back to it now, I wish I did some stuff a little bit differently, or I wish I knew the stuff I knew now. Continuous growth, man. Continuous growth. Going into Deep's part, really simply all I did was I took Gurlez's vocal chain, I duplicated it to Deep section, and then I messed around with it. So same exact effects, just as you can tell if you're looking at the EQ where my EQ is, I dipped out more of the lows because I don't want him to be bassy prominent in the song because he's doing a lot more of the ad-libs. Still have the Oxford suppressors. I used the JJP just to bring him back out. I used it pretty much the same, but I tweaked it all because I did like what I did with Gurlez's part. As you can tell, I have a utility plugin with a gain knob here. That's really simply just to control what's happening in the midsection. So I dropped everything by about 4.4 dB. Before and after that, I left it at 0 because I want those parts to be loud. That is pretty much what was involved with the song. I'll show you guys what Deep's part simply sounds like without all the effects and with all the effects just so you can hear it. So without the effects, we got this.
Deep Jandu.
With the effects,
Deep Jandu.
You can hear it's a lot more open, a lot more live. And I know there's already a little bit of space and a verb delay in there, but I added some more.
Deep Jandu. Karan Aujla.
Simple enough. So now going into the mastering chain, you guys have seen it a numerous amount of times. Only difference with this mastering chain is this is when I didn't know that you can combine mid-side and regular EQing in one. So I had two separate ones where I reduced the 20 hertz and below and 20K and above. And then I did the mid-side separately. Beyond that, added some stereo width in the beginning, added some clipping, and then an L2 just to bring that volume right up to the top. And here it is. Just to give you guys an idea, this song was mixed and mastered through my hardware itself. But in order to get this video done, I had to do it a little bit differently. So I had to do it through my UAD Apollo. So I had to change some of the settings. So the mix settings aren't exactly the same. The level settings aren't the exact same. But this was just to kind of give you guys an idea of my actual plugins and what I use to treat the vocals or treat the kick and bass independently, how they work together. The final outcome is still how it sounds like in the mastered version that you heard released. But through this, I had to do a couple of little different variations in order for you guys to hear it and us to go through it together. And that's it for today's Static Sessions. This was a breakdown of Karan Aujla's Chitta Kurta by Deep Jandu. We went through all the layers, all the different mix settings, all the different mastering settings, some of the instruments used. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. If you're a newcomer, you're checking this video out for the first time, please do subscribe, hit that bell for future notifications, like, comment, do all that stuff. If you guys have been supporting from the get-go, thank you very much. Just so you guys know, every Monday and Wednesday, there's going to be new videos coming out. Mondays is going to be, working on how to use different DAWs, compression techniques, delays. We got so much more to talk about. Every Wednesday is going to be a song breakdown of your favorite song. So keep letting me know what kind of song breakdowns you guys want, and we'll go in from there on. Until next time.